Selenium architecture with Spring Boot introduction. Selenium with Spring Boot is a powerful automation testing architecture used to test web applications using Java, Selenium WebDriver, and Spring Boot integration. This architecture is widely used for check UI automation testing, regression testing, end-to-end testing, CI/CD automation, cross-browser testing, enterprise testing frameworks. A common interview topic is explain Selenium architecture using Spring Boot. This guide explains check Selenium architecture, check WebDriver flow, check Spring Boot integration, page object model (POM), test automation layers, Selenium Grid, CI/CD integration, parallel execution, reporting, Docker execution, real-world framework design, best practices. This is one of the most important automation testing topics for Java developers and QA engineers. Simple definition. Selenium architecture with Spring Boot means building scalable automated testing frameworks using Selenium WebDriver and Spring Boot-based infrastructure. Why Selenium is popular. Selenium is widely used because open source, supports multiple browsers, Java integration, CI/CD compatibility, enterprise automation support, cross-platform execution. Without automation, manual testing becomes slow, regression testing becomes expensive, releases become risky. High-level Selenium architecture. Typical architecture. Test cases. Selenium WebDriver, browser driver, browser, application under test, core Selenium components, component purpose, Selenium client API, test code, WebDriver, browser automation, browser driver, browser communication, browser, Chrome Firefox Edge, AUT, application under test, Selenium WebDriver flow. Example flow, Java test, Selenium API, Chrome driver, Chrome browser, web application, Spring Boot integration. Spring Boot helps create key, scalable test frameworks, key, reusable services, key, configuration management, key, dependency injection, key, API testing integration. Benefits. Check. Modular architecture, cleaner automation code, enterprise maintainability. Typical. Spring Boot plus Selenium architecture test layer, page objects, Selenium services, WebDriver, browser. Step 1. Add Selenium dependency. Maven dependency. Dependency, group ID, org Selenium HQ.Selenium, artifact ID, Selenium Java, artifact ID. Spring Boot dependency. Dependency, group ID, org.springframework.boot, group ID, artifact ID, Spring Boot starter, artifact ID, dependency. Step 2. Configure WebDriver. Example. WebDriver driver equals new Chrome driver. Open browser. Driver.get https:/example.com. Step 3. Locate elements. Common locators. ID, class name, XPath, CSS selector, and name. Example. Web element button equals driver.findElement by ID. Login btn. Step 4. Perform actions. Example. Button.click enter. Send input. Driver.findElement by ID, email. Send keys test at example.com. Step 5. Validate results. Assertions verify application behavior. JUnit example. Assert equals dashboard, driver get title, page object model, POM. Very important interview topic. POM separates. Test logic, page locators, UI actions. Example POM architecture tests, page objects, Selenium WebDriver. Benefits. Reusable code, easier maintenance, reduced duplication. Example page object, public class, login page, private WebDriver driver, public login page, WebDriver driver. This driver equals driver. Public void login, string email, string password. Driver.findElement by ID email. .send keys email. Driver.findElement by ID password. driver.sendKeys password. Driver.findElement by ID login button. Click. Example test using POM at test. Void should login successfully. Login page equals new login page driver. Login page.login admin@test.com password. Assert equals dashboard. Driver get title. Spring Boot test configuration. Spring Boot can manage WebDriver beans. Example. Configuration. Public class Selenium config. Bean public WebDriver. Return new Chrome driver. Benefits. Check dependency injection. Check reusable configuration. Test lifecycle. Typical automation flow. Start driver. Open application. Run test steps. Validate results. Close browser. Implicit versus explicit waits. Very common interview question. Implicit wait. Driver.manage timeouts.implicitly wait. Duration.of seconds 10. Applies globally. Explicit wait. Better approach. WebDriver wait equals new WebDriver wait driver. Duration of seconds 10. Wait dot until. Expected conditions dot visibility of element located. By ID login button. Benefits. Click more reliable. Avoids flaky tests. Selenium Grid. Selenium Grid supports distributed execution, parallel testing, multi-browser testing, architecture, test runner, Selenium Hub, multiple browser nodes. Benefits. Check. Faster execution, scalable testing, cross-browser testing. Supported browsers. Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Safari. Example. WebDriver driver equals new Firefox driver. Headless execution. Headless mode runs without UI. Example. Chrome options equals new Chrome options. Options.add arguments -- headless. Benefits. Faster CI/CD execution. Server-friendly automation. CI/CD integration. Typical pipeline. Code commit. Run Selenium tests. Generate reports. Deploy application. Popular tools. Check Jenkins, GitHub Actions, GitLab CI. Docker with Selenium. Modern frameworks often use Docker. Example architecture. Docker container, doc Selenium Chrome, doc Spring Boot tests. Benefits. Isolated execution. Scalable environments. Reporting frameworks. Popular reporting tools. Allure reports, extent reports, surefire reports. Example. Test results. HTML report screenshot capture. Useful for failures. Example. Takes screenshot. Screenshot equals take screenshot driver. Benefits. Click. Easier debugging. Failure analysis. API plus UI testing together. Spring Boot enables hybrid testing. Example. REST API setup. UI Selenium validation. Benefits. Check. Full end-to-end validation. Parallel test execution. Improve scalability. JUnit parallel example. Multiple tests. Multiple browsers. Benefits. Faster execution time. Common Selenium challenges. 1. Flaky tests caused by timing issues, unstable locators, async UI updates. 2. Dynamic elements. Elements may change IDs dynamically. Better locators. CSS selectors, stable XPath, data test ID attributes. 3. Slow execution. Large suites may become slow. Solutions. Check parallel execution. Check Selenium Grid. Check headless browsers. 4. Browser compatibility issues. Different browsers behave differently. 5. CAPTCHA and MFA. Automation limitations exist for. Check CAPTCHAs. OTP flows. Common beginner mistakes. 1. Using hard-coded sleeps. Bad. Thread.sleep, 5000. Better. Explicit waits. 2. Poor XPath usage. Complex XPath becomes fragile. 3. Not using POM. Creates duplicated code. 4. Ignoring cleanup. Always close browser sessions. Example, driver.quit. 5. Testing too much through UI. Some validations are better through APIs. Best practices. Use page object model. Prefer explicit waits. Keep locators stable. Use data test attributes. Run tests in CI/CD. Support parallel execution. Generate reports automatically. Use headless execution for pipelines. Separate test data properly. Combine API and UI testing strategically. Real-world example. Banking application automation architecture. JUnit tests. Page objects. Spring Boot test services. Selenium WebDriver. Chrome browser. Banking application features tested. Cancel. Login. Account transfer. Statements. Transaction history. Profile updates. CI/CD pipeline. GitHub push. Down. Jenkins pipeline. Docker Selenium tests. Down. Allure reports. Selenium framework layers. Layer responsibility. Test layer. Test scenarios. Page layer. UI interactions. Service layer. Business utilities. Driver layer. Browser control. Reporting layer. Results and logs. Common interview questions. 1. What is Selenium WebDriver? WebDriver automates browser interactions programmatically. 2. What is page object model? POM is a design pattern separating UI logic from test logic. 3. Difference between implicit and explicit waits. Wait type behavior. Implicit, global wait. Explicit, conditional wait. 4. What is Selenium Grid? Selenium Grid enables distributed and parallel test execution. 5. Why use Spring Boot with Selenium? Spring Boot improves. Check. Dependency injection, modularity, configuration management, scalable automation frameworks. Selenium versus Cypress. Feature, Selenium, Cypress. Multi-browser, strong, limited. Language support, multiple, JavaScript. Mobile support, better, limited. Ecosystem, mature, modern. Final summary. Selenium with Spring Boot enables scalable enterprise-grade automation testing frameworks. Important concepts include Selenium WebDriver, Page Object Model, Waits, Selenium Grid, Docker execution, CI/CD integration, reporting, parallel execution. Spring Boot improves, framework modularity, dependency injection, reusable architecture, enterprise maintainability. Key idea. Selenium architecture with Spring Boot creates scalable, maintainable, and production-ready automation testing systems for enterprise web applications.